Yay! Hello, everyone. Happy
Hello.
Monday. Happy
Yes.
noon on Monday. And happy to see both of us here in the same place. 2
Yes.
weeks in a row. Amazing.
Great. It's a record.
I hope you are all doing well out there today. I'm doing great. Carly, are you doing great?
I am doing very, very great. I feel well
Awesome.
rested. I'm laying
Good.
low until D23.
I'm
So,
glad I'm glad you had a relaxing weekend. I mostly had a relaxing weekend and then I decided to do some yard work yesterday because it
ooh,
was overcast. The problem with overcast in Orlando is that the sun might not be shining, so it's uh, deceptive.
it
It is
is.
so hot and so humid that I did an hour and a half of yard work and was just done for the
That
rest of
that
that
is quite a
evening.
workout, but it does take it out of you.
Yeah, it does. All right. Well, while we're waiting for a few more folks to join, we'll check in with our first friends in the chat. Orange Blossom and Tails, good to see you as always.
Yes.
Uh,
Thank you for joining us.
we'll give it just a few more seconds if anyone else wants to jump in and say hello. And if not, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready
Are all
whenever
you
you are.
ready? All right. Well, let us then kick this off in three, two.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and MEI-Travel. I'm Seth,
And I'm Carly.
and we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. Carly, how have you been this week?
I have been fabulous. As I told you last week, I am laying low until D23, which will then be followed by spooky season and a lot of exciting stuff this fall. We're getting into that busy theme park season. So I am relishing doing next to nothing. But this
Amen. You got to
weekend, I
sharpen that saw.
right. It's perfect. This weekend, I did take the time to watch an advanced screener of the new Disney Plus documentary, The World Builders. That's coming out,
Oh,
the new Leslie Iwerks documentary that's going to be
I've
on
loved
Disney
all of
Plus.
her documentaries. I can't wait to see it.
Yes, it
How was it?
was fabulous. Really, really good, just like candid remarks from some of the biggest
Mm.
creatives in the
She get
field.
yeah,
I'm getting to
because
see,
she's a
yeah,
member of the family, like
right. She's
literally
Disney
her
royalty. Yeah,
like her grandfather was the one who really created Mickey Mouse.
correct. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, they
No, it's
open up
it's
to
her
her in a way
story's
they don't
crazy.
other
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't
So when that comes out, which they just announced, it's
oh,
August 20th.
all
So
right.
definitely set your calendars, but it was
A-
really good, and it's always interesting when you get to hear. What I loved the most was the backstories of these huge
Mhm.
creatives and like childhood pictures of them going to
Mm.
Disneyland, like that kind of feel good stuff,
Mhm.
and kind of like why they're doing what they're doing, which is just as fascinating to me as like how an animatronic works.
Yeah,
So definitely kept
excellent.
that.
All right,
Yeah.
that's going right on the watch list for sure.
Yes. On the watch list. August 20th.
All right. I did not get to watch any advanced screeners this week. I took a quick visit to Universal Orlando, but the most exciting theme park adjacent things that I did this week. One, I finally got that invitation that I have been dreaming of for years to go to Dollywood and get to attend the press event for Night Flight, the mock indoor rocking boat ride that we have been speculating about for, I feel like, years now. You've definitely whetted my appetite talking about Dollywood and how great it is. And I can't wait to see it. I'm just sad that it's the same time as
Oh,
D23, so we will
yes.
not be able to see it together.
I'm so bummed. I'm coming out of D23 retirement. It's been 4 years, but I think it's going to be a really good one. So I
Mm-hmm.
decided I should bite the bullet. It's, it's a costly endeavor to spend that whole weekend in Anaheim and go to the convention, but I think it'll be worth it. But I'm really sad. Is this your first time going to Dollywood?
First time ever.
Oh
So
my
it's like
God.
you have to give me a list of must-dos and more importantly,
Yeah.
must-eats.
Yes, I was
I
about
need
to
to
say
know the
there's
food.
so much. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's basically like tackling Disneyland in a way,
Yeah.
like size-wise with the resorts and the theme park and all the food. But I'm gonna make you a really good list because there's only so much you can eat. But I definitely
That's
have
I
like
I'm gonna
the
have
highlights.
like maybe a day and a half. I'm flying in. The next morning is the press event. I'm gonna be in that park from open to close. They'll have to kick me out, and hopefully a few more hours before my flight the following day. So I'm gonna try to pack in as much as I can. You got to
Wow.
give me text me a
Yes.
list of must dos for sure.
Absolutely. I will say, I do tell everyone this. So there is the regular cinnamon bread from the grist mill, which is,
Okay.
the most famous one, which is huge. But there is one spot in the park that has a
Mm.
mini version. And I
Oh,
am
I need a mini
convinced,
version.
yes, I am convinced the mini version is like 10 times better than the big one. And it's because it's smaller. So kind of the
hmm
ooey gooey can get
The
around
ratio.
every nook
Yes.
and cranny of this. Like the last time I had it, I think I ate the whole thing. It is so good. Not that
Right.
there's anything wrong with the big one, but sometimes there's like dry parts, and I'm sorry, if I'm going big, I'm going big, and I want every part to be soaked in
Right.
that. So if you go to Dollywood,
The,
please try the mini one and let me know because I've had others agree with me, and you must get it. I'm excited
these
for
are
you.
these are the insider tips that I need.
Yes, these are all the little nooks and crannies. Are you going to get to go over to Splash Country to check it out?
I believe that our time might be a little tight for that. I know we're staying at the resort,
Which
and
one?
yet they haven't confirmed yet, but I think it'll be the Dreammore Spa.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
that's
Classic.
what I'm
Yeah.
hoping for.
Yeah.
But I think it includes things like express passes and priority in the first hour of the morning and including at the water park.
Hmm.
But like I said, I'm there for like 48
Yeah.
hours, so I'm not sure I'm not.
Absolutely.
I'd rather put my time into the theme park. I'm not the biggest water park person unless they're
Yeah.
super themed.
Right.
I think I'll be at Dollywood
Yes.
eating if I can.
I will say they do share a parking lot. So if you wanted
Oh,
to
okay.
just do a quick little lap, it's
Okay.
pretty compact just
Cool.
to see it.
At
But
least to peek my head in and
yeah,
walk around.
absolutely. And with the priority passes for the rides,
hmm
it's not like Disney where the line is like 20, 30 minutes sometimes. It's usually pretty wham bam boom. So you're going to be able to
Great.
do everything. And
I
I'm
can't wait.
excited for your Blazing Fury take.
Oh, I can't wait. I know there's a lot of things there that Big Bear Mountain we've
Oh,
talked about, right?
yes.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of great rides in there, and I can't wait to talk to you. So we will divide and conquer. We'll come back here the week after, and I will talk Dollywood, and you will talk D23. It'll be exciting.
Yes, I love that.
Um, The other thing I got to do, I was invited by the Dr. Phillips Center to
Ooh,
go to their Steinmetz Hall, which is the big, gorgeous concert hall, um, to see their production of Into the Woods, starring Jodie Benson, which most people know as the
wow.
original voice of the Little Mermaid,
Yep.
playing the witch. And I've seen Into the Woods many, many times.
Mhm.
I really like the show. Um, Jodie was my second favorite witch after Bernadette Peters.
Oh, yeah.
She
I
was
mean,
just phenomenal. And what really amazed me was the cast around her. Almost all of them theme park actors, folks that you would recognize from
yeah.
shows like Finding Nemo and The Lion King and shows at Universal. And they were as good or better than anyone you will find on Broadway right now.
That's incredible.
Great production values. Really fantastic show. Shame it only ran for one weekend. But thank you, Dr. Phillips, for inviting me. Really memorable experience. The only thing that really bothered me was there was an optional song in the score that was in the London version. that Our Little World. It's a duet between the witch and Rapunzel. And if you've got Jodie Benson, who's famous for Part of Our World, and you have an optional song called Our Little World,
Right.
do it. It
it.
might not be Sondheim's best song ever. It might kind of slow the momentum of the show, but you got Jodie Benson. Give her the song.
Right.
Darn it.
Throw a little line in there, make it funny. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Now, without any further ado, let us jump into the news in the queue. All right. We are starting out with some Halloween news. And after months of rumors and speculation, Universal has finally confirmed that, yes, Ozzy Osbourne is getting a posthumous tribute this year at Halloween Horror Nights in the form of an Ozzy haunted house. And this is probably the worst kept secret in Halloween Horror Nights, because not only did a radio ad leak about this more than a week before it was officially announced, but Jack Osbourne, Ozzy's son, gave a very suspicious non-denial when asked about this months ago. So if you are an Ozzy Osbourne fan, you are going to want to get your tickets for Halloween Horror Nights on both coasts this year.
Yes. I mean, I don't understand how they somehow always leak it when it comes to either like soda cans in the grocery
It's
store.
always the marketing. It's always the marketing department that lets the cat. Creative works so hard to keep the art and design works so hard to try to keep this all under wraps. And it's always marketing. Yep. Yeah. This is actually not the first time there's been an Ozzy-related haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. I think it was back in 2013. Hollywood had a Black Sabbath-themed haunted house that was in 3D. But this one is going to be based on Ozzy's solo career, specifically some of his more famous satanic looking covers that he's posed on.
Bat scene?
If you do a Ozzy haunted house and someone is not biting the head off of a bat, then have you really done an Ozzy haunted house?
Yeah.
It really is. It's kind of interesting how Ozzy went over the course of his career from, an outsider that was kind of reviled from pretty much every side of polite society to someone who became cuddly enough to have a long-running reality show, almost become like the early 2000s version of Ozzy and Harriet with him and Sharon on their TV show.
Oh, I actually rewatched it recently because it's on some streaming service. I mean, these
has it held up?
So real. I mean, they're just screaming at each other like a normal family. I mean, it really kind of like humanized him, and he was just so cute. I don't know.
Yeah, and then I mean, towards the end. Yeah, he almost kind of became like a grandfatherly figure of hardcore music.
What a turn.
And right. So he'll be immortalized this Halloween season at both Orlando and California. So looking forward to seeing that house. I think in Orlando, it's going into the spot where Jason was last year. That's what I think.
I think you said you went to Universal. Did you see some of the food kiosks that have popped up?
You know what? I was there last week. I saw a lot of stuff going in for Halloween, a lot of clowns, and some stuff that looked like Fortnite-ish. And they have a kind of theater ticket booth facade in front of Macy's where I think the tribute store is going, but I didn't see any food booths when I was there last week.
I'm getting close. I can't believe
getting close. Oh yeah.
In Halloween
days away.
Yeah.
And speaking of Halloween month, SeaWorld kind of made a shocking announcement. For the last quarter century, Howl-O-Scream has kind of built their reputation around all original creative, and now they are kind of breaking with that tradition and heavily promoting an IP house for the first time that I can really remember.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was shocked. Yeah.
Yeah. SeaWorld is teaming up with Sony to bring I Know What You Did Last Summer to 3 SeaWorld parks for Howl-O-Scream. That's SeaWorld Orlando, San Diego, and San Antonio. And it's officially called I Know What You Did Last Summer, The Final Catch. And thankfully, it is not based on any of the sequels or reboots.
No.
They're going back to the roots of the original 1997 slasher.
Yes, it is wild how almost 3 decades later, and this film still has a chokehold on all of us. And I'm really happy to see it going to SeaWorld Howl-O-Scream. I love their event. It has a distinct kind of like grittiness. I get actually scared at it. The actors are wonderful. So I think they are going to knock this out of the park.
Yep. Interestingly enough, this is not the first time that I Know What You Did Last Summer has been featured in an Orlando haunted house event. If I remember correctly, back in the 90s, Universal experimented for a brief time with putting live scare actors inside their regular rides during Halloween.
Yeah.
And at one point, they stuck a guy in a yellow trench coat with a hook inside the Jaws ride in the
Jaws, yep.
boathouse. Yep. So if you have been waiting ever since for your chance to be menaced by the Gordon's fishermen,
Yes.
select nights September 11th through October 31st, SeaWorld Howl-O-Scream will give you your chance. We've got a really interesting article by Danny, our editor, up on our website talking about what this means kind of in terms of the culture of Howl-O-Scream. They're certainly not giving up on original IP. For instance, they have a new dark romance scare zone, which I
Ooh.
think is an interesting idea called Just One More Chapter.
Yes.
And
You
it's
know
kind
what?
of
The
those.
reading community right now is like feverish with romantic
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like this is so timely and, props to them for jumping on such a huge trend.
Yeah, and I kind of like, I got to say, the last couple of years, they've tried to go edgy with a lot of very sexual content and kind of, uh, making fun of trailer park people. And
Yes.
I'd rather see this kind of type of horror than
Mhm.
that kind of stuff at an event, personally. So I like that. It's also interesting to note that Howl-O-Scream started out at Busch Gardens, and Busch Gardens is going to be also going the IP route this year. 2 of the parks are getting Anaconda as
Wow.
a IP, and hopefully, again, that's the original Anaconda, not the recent remake, reboot comedy version. So,
Yes.
so we will get to check that out when that debuts on September 11th.
Woohoo.
Now we're heading over to Disney's Animal Kingdom, where Disney has actually listened to us, like literally listened to us talking about how Zootopia better together. Sorry, Zootopia Better Zoogether was not necessarily the upgrade for the Tree of Life theater show that we had all expected. And they've listened to some complaints and actually made it better.
Yes.
Uh,
I love this. I think this is perfect representation of where Walt Disney Imagineering is right now. It seems like they are actually listening to guests, and this
Yeah.
is like one of the big ways that they're doing it. And I think it's this current iteration of them are like they grew up in the parks and are fans themselves in a way. So maybe that has something to do with it. But
Yeah.
love to
I don't
see
know
it.
if we can thank Josh tomorrow maybe for turning on some money spigots at Imagineering, because I'm sure dollars and cents, I don't know how many more guests per hour they will get through this attraction by updating it. It's not like they spent, a long time promoting it and, showing us concept art and getting people hyped to get away. They just kind of did this quietly and rather unexpectedly.
Right.
But it addresses, I have not personally seen it, but it addresses a few of the major issues that I had with the show, chiefly by adding a new minute-long pre-show introduction when guests first enter the theater, featuring I cannot speak today.
It is
Mayor
okay.
Wind Dancer, as portrayed by Patrick Warburton in the second Zootopia film. And he kind of fills in some of the plot. There's a lot of plot in this, and it's kind of unclear, even after seeing it a couple times, exactly what's supposed to be going on. So this introduction
Chaotic,
really
for sure.
clarifies.
Mhm.
This introduction really clarifies what the stakes and the goals of the characters in the show are, and really helps ease the audience into the story. So that's a great first choice.
Yeah, I mean, I like this. I mean, obviously, we're not the target audience. It's cute. The theater's cute, but if we can make it a little bit better, I am all for it. It is interesting that they are putting money into it because, would kids notice the difference? Probably not. I don't know.
They've also apparently added a few additional lines of dialogue throughout to clarify some story points. They've added some more fog effects. And most importantly, they redid the sound mix. This was one of the worst audio mixes of a major theme park attraction I'd ever heard, with a lot of the dialogue just completely buried under sound effects and music. And they have fixed that so you can actually understand what the characters are saying. That's according to reports. I'm looking forward to checking it out myself. Still don't think it's going to be something I'm going to go back to over and over again like I did It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah.
I can still sing the pollinator song in my sleep.
It's a bop.
Yeah, it's about, and there's nothing, there's a song in Zootopia, but not quite on that level, in my opinion. But it is great to see that they are actually, looking at feedback and taking into account and spending a little money
Yes.
to make things better.
Love to see it.
Yep. Something else that I love to see is the holiday season returning to Disneyland. And we've got just a little bit of information, chiefly the dates and some of the favorites that we know are going to be returning this year to Anaheim for the Disneyland Resort's annual holiday celebration.
Yes, they updated the dates after first announcing the original date. So now it is going to start November 13th. I'm very excited. I love the holidays at Disneyland. They are magical beyond. So more time for people to enjoy it is great.
Yes, it all kicks off, as you said, November 13th. Going to run through January 6th this year. And some of the favorites that have been confirmed include the return of the Christmas Fantasy Parade and Disney Festival of Holidays. So here's a quick rundown. What we don't have is any details on anything brand new. I guess if there is anything brand new, they're gonna hold that and tease that out for us.
Right.
But for now, we do know that Haunted Mansion Holiday is coming back to the Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square starting August 21st. And that should be closed any second now for that transformation. And it will remain Haunted Mansion Holiday with Nightmare Before Christmas characters all the way through January 6th.
Oh, yeah.
We've also got Small World Holiday coming in on November 13th through the 6th. And that will be accompanied by those great projections running periodically after dark on the outside of
Such a
the
highlight
facade.
each year.
Oh, love it. Love them. Christmas Fantasy Parade will be back on the 13th as well. And Disney recommends that you watch that over by Small World and the Matterhorn bobsleds. A lot easier than trying to watch it on Main Street.
There's so much room over there. I love watching parades over there.
Believe in holiday magic. The fireworks are coming back November 13th. Gonna want to check the app to see specific nights because fireworks don't necessarily happen every single night.
Correct.
But you should be able to see the Sleeping Beauty's castle all decked out with icicles and lights from November 13th. You're also going to find characters in their winter costumes, along with special holiday entertainment and treats all around the park. And then if we hop over to Disney's California Adventure, we've got all of the overlays returning to Cars Land, as well as Mickey's Happy Holidays Cavalcade, and the Holiday Toy Drummers and Viva Navidad. All that back starting on the 13th.
Yes. What I love about Disneyland Resort at the holiday is it almost feels like an after-hour ticketed event, but during the day, because there really is
There's a
so
ton.
much.
You know,
So much.
there was a very brief time where they toyed with the idea of doing hard ticket Christmas events at Disneyland like we have at Disney World. And I'm glad they very quickly noped out of that idea
Yeah, I mean,
because
they can't because it's a local draw for those one-off
exactly,
ticket,
it's
people.
so much a
So
local tradition,
yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
very happy
Tradition
for
is
that.
perfect. Yeah.
And a tradition that is also coming back is that Festive Foods Marketplace, their version of the Epcot Festival of the Holidays, where you'll find the food booths all along the performance corridor from November 13th.
Yes,
And
there
that
was
Sip
some
and
really
Savor
good
Pass
eats
will
last
be
year,
coming back.
so yes, I am really excited. It is such a great festival, and every year I think they get better and better. They're a little bit
hmm
behind Walt Disney World, but I think they get better and better with the food options.
You're going to be able to find Santa this year at both Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, and it says here the Fantasyland Theater at Disneyland Park. I'm wondering if that might change. Bluey has been so popular. I'm
Mm,
a little surprised that they would relocate him.
right, and I
But
guess
you
we
can
didn't know if Bluey, like we don't have an end date for Bluey, so
correct. Yeah,
yeah.
it was supposed to be a temporary thing, but we don't have an end date published yet for that. Santa also pops up in the lobbies of the 3 Disneyland Resort hotels. If you want to spend some money, there's a holiday tour, VIP 2-hour walking tour of both parks. Last year that was $120, but we don't have pricing for that yet. Or if you want a cheaper way, you can skip the theme park tickets entirely and just enjoy downtown Disney District. They've got a scavenger hunt, and that cost $10 last year. So this, with everything else, they just raised prices on every food item pretty much across the resort. So I'd expect that to probably go up by $1 or $2.
Oh yes,
But you get a cute Chippendale ornament at the end.
yeah. So that's worth it, I think.
Um,
All I know
so
is that the snack cart, the Great Hall cart, must return to Disney's Grand Californian because that is one of my favorite spots. They make the little cookie
yes.
shots that I love every year. It is just beautiful in that lobby.
And that lobby is so cozy with the
Oh, so
fireplace and
cozy.
everything. Yep.
Piano.
Get a cup of cocoa, maybe a spiked cup of cocoa,
Yep.
one of the cookies, chill out in one of those chairs by the hearth. Yeah, perfect. So as we said, lots of stuff still not announced, including what's new, which version of World of Color we're getting, what the pricing is, what the new merchandise is, whether we're getting Life Day again. I hope so.
Oh, yes.
All of this to be determined, but you can be sure we will talk about all that when it is announced.
Yes.
And finally, speaking of the holidays, Silver Dollar City is getting a new Christmas parade that's twice as long as the old one, adds in characters from Rudolph the Reindeer, and it's being produced by some folks that I know from right here in Orlando. So very excited for
Amazing.
this.
Yes, I love Silver Dollar City during the holidays. It's fabulous. They add a ton
Yep.
of lights. It's beautiful. The parade is good. They put on
hmm
some really high caliber musical productions.
I
They have
hear
a
they really
food
run
festival.
neck and neck with Dolly when it comes to their Christmas.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
It is absolutely spectacular. I saw the old version of this parade and loved it. So
Uh-huh.
I can only imagine that this is going to be even grander than the previous version.
So Silver Dollar City's old time Christmas celebration is going to kick off on November 7th with the debut of the new Stars, Lights, and Christmas Nights interactive show on the go. It's not just a parade, it's twice as long as the former parade with new floats, an original musical score, and it gives children an opportunity to step into the middle of the parade, which is not something that we normally encourage. There are lots of fail videos online about children running into the middle of theme park parades.
Right.
Normally, you don't want that, but this is bringing back the show stop. Something that was infamously pioneered by Light Magic at Disneyland way back in the day. For a while, a lot of parades would have show stops where you'd have the whole parade come to a pause, and folks would come out and interact. I haven't seen that in a lot of big theme park parades lately, but Silver Dollar City is going to do it and give folks the chance to be part of the celebration. It's really
Yes,
exciting.
this is the Midwest. People generally have good manners. Maybe it'll work a little bit better in this setting
Yeah,
with kids.
hopefully,
We
hopefully.
shall see.
Something that was really exciting, the technical elements, the floats and whatnot, are being constructed by River City Scenic out of Cincinnati, Ohio. But the park score and the creative is being led by Imagination House, and
Wow.
those folks are located right here in Central Florida. Mike Avila, who did the score for like the Boo to You parade. They've done tons of parade music. They do a lot of projection mapping and cool video. I encourage you to go to their website. They've got a cool sizzle reel here. For Epic Universe, they did those windows in Place Cachet that you can see people dueling behind, and inside the queue of Gringotts. A lot of great work. And Joyce Avila Abrucius, she is a great director. If you've seen the Monster Stomp show at SeaWorld for their Howl-O-Scream, that's one that she worked on. Done a lot of stuff with the Orlando Fringe Festival. So really excited to see them lending their talents out to Silver Dollar City.
Yes, they are just getting bigger and bigger. Mark your calendars, August 14th. Also, the same day you'll be at Dollywood is when Silver
Mhm.
Dollar City is going to announce their next huge attraction, which I believe
Oh,
is their single largest investment in a park attraction. So
wow.
I know I cannot wait to see what they have to say.
Looking forward to hearing that.
Hmm.
So a few other details we have about this new parade. It kicks off with a vintage automobile decorated with garlands and gifts carrying the parade's grand marshal. And then Rudolph and his friends show up along with Yukon Cornelius and some misfit toys. You get nostalgic holiday scenes. You kids along the route can actually hand their Christmas letters directly to Santa's elves, who will
Ah, love
collect it for
that.
delivery. That's a great idea. You've got a one-horse open sleigh, and of course, you can't have it Christmas parade without Mrs. Claus and Santa himself with his galloping reindeer.
Hmm.
Um, and it all wraps up with a nativity float, kind of different between, Silver Dollar City and some of the bigger theme parks is it's not a purely secular uh, um, parade. They kind of end with the meaning of the holiday as well.
Love that. Yeah. And what I love the
Um,
most is the lights. I love this
ah,
picture that we have in here because it's
yes.
one of my favorite part of the parks. There's an area where it's kind of facades of like an old towny thing, and they add lights, and it's kind of the focal walkthrough, and it reminds
Hmm.
me of Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, we all miss the Osborne lights so
Yeah.
much. And this is boy, they have to start in July to hang 6.5 million lights around the park.
Yes.
And they, you think you'd want to put them up once and leave them, but to keep them from fading, they take them down and put them back up again. It takes almost 1 million staples. Can you?
Yes, I believe I went actually once to Dollywood in July when they started, and they do it obviously not during regular park hours. They do it overnight, early in the
Mm,
morning, and just the amount of work this takes. I mean, it's incredible. And you're right, they don't leave them up all year because otherwise you would have these like non-lit lights. It
mm,
would kill the vibe.
yep.
But it is quite the undertaking, but it
Yeah.
works out because it is beautiful.
Yeah. Um, Along with those lights in that parade, you're also going to get to enjoy Broadway style productions, some seasonal food and gifts, um, 2 giant illuminated trees, and all of that is going to kick off on November 7th and run through January 2nd. All right. That is going to bring us to the end of this week's News in the Queue, which means it is time to hear a word from our sponsor.
There's only one place on Earth where the magic is real, the memories last forever, and every single visit feels like the first time. Walt Disney World. And nobody plans it better than MEI-Travel, an authorized Disney vacation planner and earmarked agency with over 20 years of Walt Disney World expertise. Best of all, their planning services are completely free. Visit mousefantravel.com and let the experts handle every magical detail. Your best Disney trip starts here.
Bringing you your top news story of the week. Whether from your backyard or from around the world, it's time for the main attraction.
All right, for this week's main attraction, we are going to my backyard, at least backyard where I grew up, New Jersey, where Six Flags Great Adventure, after teasing us all with Project Purple, has finally announced the replacement for the late great King Ka. And while it will not be the world's tallest roller coaster, I think it is going to live up to its predecessor by setting a whole bunch of crazy new world records.
Oh, my head is spinning, and I haven't even been on the ride, which will probably make my head spin as well. This is crazy. Yes, absolutely
Yes.
crazy.
And the first crazy thing is going to be trying to get my tongue to pronounce the name of the ride consistently. Bakunawa is the
Okay,
name
that's how
of
I
the
said
new
it.
ride.
That sounds right. Bakunawa.
Believe it or not, it is not a crazy made up marketing term. It is actually the name of a legendary sea serpent in Philippine mythology, who apparently was big and purple and wrapped around the moon.
That explains the purple.
So this ride, here I live in Universal World, and we are all excited about spinning launch coasters that go 170 feet in the air and up to 70 something miles per hour. Well, Great Adventure looked at that and said, "Hold my beer." This is going to be the world's first tallest, fastest spinning launch giga coaster with floorless vehicles. And what that means is that it is going to go first from 0 to 60, and then it's going to go from 60 to 80 while you are completely upside down. The first time in the world there will be a completely upside down launch. And then you're going to hit 100 miles an hour before you go up a 382-foot tower and then do the whole thing back in the opposite direction. Oh, and did I mention you're going to be spinning?
Oh my gosh. I'm like trying to hold back gagging. I mean, this is crazy. I will do it, but this is, I don't know. It is wild. And again, like you said, many world records
Yeah.
we are saying are being broken.
we have, debated on this show about some of the dubious world records that are claimed and debate over what does that really mean. But some of these world records seem pretty intimidating. World's fastest spinning coaster at 100 miles an hour. World's tallest spinning coaster at 382 feet. And at 382 feet, I think that puts in about the top 5 coasters, period, in terms of height.
That is correct. It is
Yeah.
the top 5
Yeah.
tallest in the
It's not
world.
over 400 like some of the ones that we've seen built in other parts of the world, but 382 is good enough. World's fastest inversion at 80 miles an hour. World's longest stall inversions, which means you are going to be going upside down and no longer having the positive G's holding you against the track. You will be basically praying that restraint holds. The world's first floorless spinning coaster. We've seen lots of other spinning coasters, from the new Fast and Furious ride, which is now soft opened in Hollywood, Guardians of the Galaxy, Time Traveler, but this is the first one where you don't have any kind of car surrounding you. You don't have anything under your feet to brace you against. You're just dangling out there. And the craziest one of all, the first time they've ever had a launch where you are fully upside down. I don't know what that's going to feel like. But I am looking forward to hearing other people tell me what it's like before I get on it for myself for the first time.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, I definitely want to do it because this just is so out there. We talk about these new coasters all the time, whatnot, but this is just the wildest.
And the thing that kind of is going to make this a beacon from miles around is this tower that it ends in. It's not a full circuit coaster. It is a shuttle coaster. So you go up, and what goes up must come back down. Of course, since you're freely spinning, you don't know which way you're going to be facing. And you could be looking straight down or straight up when you're at the highest point. And to me, that moment almost feels like one of those crazy rides that's at the top of the stratosphere in Las Vegas. If you watch the video that they've released, and actually I highly recommend heading over to YouTube and watching El Toro Ryan's technical analysis of this ride. He does a really great breakdown of the block breaks and how it should allow them to get maybe 1,000 people an hour through this, which would not be good for a Disney or Universal park, but for a Six Flags, 1,000 people for one of these kind of coasters is not considered awful. But watching how the coaster just sort of slowly comes up and back down, that looks like it's going to be one of the most terrifying moments on any coaster ever.
You know what? I think we should go to the opening of this.
Okay. We'll stay at my mom's house.
Yes, that's perfect. Or my mom's.
Okay, great.
Perfect. I am very curious. I mean, maybe we'll get off this and, we're a little older, we're not 21 anymore. And maybe this will be detrimental and ruin our entire day. But I do want to say I did this once.
You know what? Speaking of getting a little older, one theme park thing that I could have done this week that I didn't, and thank you to Matt and John for going and doing it for the team. Very early morning ride out to Tampa to say a final goodbye to Kumba. They invited me to ride along, and I said, no, my back does not need to say goodbye to Kumba. It's okay. So I'm hoping,
know your limits.
If I'm going to ride this one, it will be during the opening season where I'm guaranteed that it's still nice and smooth.
Correct. In
So
ideal conditions, not too full, not drinking, feeling good.
So this is going to become the new signature attraction of the boardwalk area, and Great Adventure has already expanded that area through this season. They opened Shoreline Pier a little earlier this year with some 5 family attractions, and they've also got some live singers and entertainment out there in the district during the evening to liven it up. This will join the lineup sometime in 2027, but we do not yet have an opening date. My annual pass will have expired by then, so hopefully they will invite us both out so we can experience it.
Yes, would love to. It's exciting. I mean, they're really positioning themselves to kind of be like the premier Northeast regional park, or at least one of those. You
Absolutely.
have the new Savannah Resort, the safari's back, so they're doing a great
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, I mean, I really love Hershey Park.
Mhm.
There's some great coaster parks in Pennsylvania, but if you're on the East Coast and you want sheer quantity, if nothing else, of really extreme roller coasters, Six Flags Great Adventures
Yep.
pretty much your only choice. All right, well, that is going to bring us to the end of this show, which means it's time to look back at some of the comments that you have left us. We had the Next Pursuit checking in to say hello, and also
Hello.
Sonia saying hi. Very
Hi.
excited for Halloween season,
too.
as are we all. Magic City Mayhem has checked in with a whole bunch of updates, letting us know that Halloween has already taken over World of Disney at Disney Springs because, of course, it's after August 1st, which means it's Halloween.
Yes, there's an incredible new ghost collection where they're all kind of like pale pink. There's ears, there's, apparel. It looks really cute.
I've got some family support today. My wife checking in.
Woo!
She is very excited to see Dollywood with me
She's
for the
going
first
too?
time. Yes, we are
Yay! Oh my
thrilled.
gosh, amazing.
And my mom is saying hi from rainy New Jersey. Hi,
Hello.
Mom. We've got a whole bunch of updates from Magic City Mayhem. He spotted 4 food booths currently near the Transformers extended queue. He reminds us that Bloody Waters was when Jaws had Jack the Clown in there. I do remember that. Jack the Clown didn't appear until after 2000, right? And I remember the Gordon's Fisherman in the Jaws boathouse when I was an employee. So it would have been sometime between 1996 and 1999, even before Jack was born. And yes, I named the snake Anaconda. So Magic City Mayhem thinks that 42nd Street has the Jack and Oddfellow food booth, and whatever street runs parallel with Transformers Extended Queue will have a dunk tank and big clown mouth food booths. Okay, great to know. All right, thank you for the update. Much appreciated. Cindy Bingham checking in. So sorry that Michael is not feeling well.
Better.
Give him our best. We're hoping he's back next week. And finally, Magic City Mayhem reminding us that Universal's old Superstar Parade had a showstop. Rest in peace. Dora the Explorer. Sorry. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of our comments. I want to thank all of you for commenting. We want to thank our sponsor, MEI and MEI-Travel. We want to thank all of you for purchasing a copy of our Epic Universe magazine at our website in either print or digital. And also, we want to thank you for giving us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or wherever you happen to listen to us, as well as a like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, please be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media platform. Carly, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Adventures by Carly.
And you can find me at Escoberskian at The Unofficial Guides. Pre-order copies of my 2027 guidebooks at theunofficialguides.com. And until next week, we hope you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. And we will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.